on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. Today we're taking a look at the newest Elite set, Elite Series 91, now shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. As always, use promo code FORLIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order at checkout. So today we're taking a look at Austin Theory's first Elite, the return of Rob Van Dam, and the next Bianca Belair Elite figure. All look great in this new packaging. I'm really a big fan of this new kind of sleeker design. You can see that Austin Theory comes with the interchangeable hands, the vest. RVD's back. This looks phenomenal. Cannot wait to get him out of the packaging. He comes with the thumbs to do the RVD pose, the other interchangeable hands, and a chair. And Bianca Belair also comes with a hell of a lot of accessories. She gets some interchangeable hands, the glasses, the Women's Championship belt, and also removable earrings. I don't know if you guys can see that in there, but taking a look at the figure packaging on the side, you got the nameplates. Moving to the other side, you get the beautiful images of each wrestler. On the back, more nice images, as well as the read-up and the other figures in the wave. Let's come back and pop all three of these guys out of the packaging. So here we have all three figures out of the packaging, and we're going to start off with Bianca Belair first. The accessories she comes with, you do get two open interchangeable hands for her to do her pose when she's coming down to the ring. She comes with two fisted hands. She also does come with the Women's SmackDown Women's Championship belt, removable sunglasses. Look at that scan. I really like this. Looks really nice. But here's a cool feature. So you can see on the side she does have these earrings. They are removable. You can pull them off. There's a little hole in the back. Kind of ports in. I kind of messed around with it a little bit. Doesn't seem to be too much of a pain to put on. That was actually pretty easy. But if you wanted to remove them, you can. Go for some different looks. Personally, I think she looks better with the earrings on. So we'll finish off the review. If I can get it back on. There you go. Not too bad, actually. You know, for something so small, you would think it'd be a pain in the ass to kind of take on and off. But, you know, moving on to the figure itself, this looks really good. Look at the gear. So toyetic, very bright colors. You got the blue with the yellow and the red. You got the EST on the front of the trunks or the tights. The lips going down. Really nice design. Even look at the boots. Nice sculpted boots in the red. Got the silver on the side. This looks really good, man. Mattel, I'm telling you, Bill really likes to go all out for some of these female characters, especially anyone who kind of came out of NXT. I feel like the figures he produces look so good. Look at the tattoos on the back with the lips. She also does have the shoulder tats, if you can see that. Same on the other shoulder. Try to get the camera to focus a little bit if I can. There you go, a little better. She also does have a forearm tat. One around the wrist. Got the little colored ties. This looks great. I mean, no complaints here. The figure is on ball joints, in case you guys were wondering. The hair itself looks great. You know, I'm just waiting for them to give us some type of articulated hair. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. I don't know if it's a cost thing, but it just seems like, I mean, like, it's common sense. Like, you know, she's got this kind of gimmick. Why not give her some kind of hair that has like a bendy wire or something where you can pose it, or, you know, kind of whip it around just for some dynamic posing. But I like this figure a lot. Honestly, better than the last Elite. I was not the biggest fan of that figure. The one that came with the cloth jacket, but this one looks really good. No complaints here. Moving on to Austin Theory. So as far as accessories go, you do get two interchangeable hands. Not as much as Bianca. And the figure itself looks really nice. Look at that scan. Looks solid. My one thing I'm noticing, I don't know if it looks a little too big. Just slightly, maybe. I know he did have a basic figure. I did not buy that. So looking at the figure itself, I don't know how it scales with the basic as far as the head scan goes, but this looks really nice. Look at the gear. You got the nice zipper going down, the vest. You got the logos with the yellow. Really does pop. Continuing even on the side, on the back, and I really do like these vests where they kind of just clasp in the back. I feel like it's a lot easier to get on and off than they used to have them on the sides. So we'll get the vest off. Take a look at that. Take a look at the back. Really nice. And like I said, these seem to close a lot easier. Not too much effort. Looks very nice. I do dig that. Moving on to the figure itself. You can see the wrist tape even has some design on it. you guys can see that. Try to get the camera to focus a little bit. Sorry, guys. Looks really nice. Same on the other one. You got Theory on there. He does have the ripped torso, double jointed arms. Forgot to mention, Bianca also does have the double joint arms, in case you guys were wondering. I really do dig how that has really kind of followed suit on most of the Elite figures. Looks like a little paint marks here, but I should be able to get that off. That's not a problem. I do really like the shorts. The logos continue on there as well. Looks really nice. Got the Theory on the back. The blue knee pads, even with some deco. The plain black boots. He is also on ball joints. Yes, that is a plus. Looks really nice. I do dig that. All in all, solid figure. It's a nice kind of first iteration in the Elite line for Austin Theory. I'm going to say the head looks a little big. That's just one gripe, but you know what? It's not too bad until you kind of put it next to another figure. I mean, if you look at him next to RVD and Bianca, it looks a little big, but that's my one complaint. But the skin really did come out good. It's just scaling maybe a little off. Now moving on to Mr. Monday Night, Rob Van Dam. One I'm highly excited to review. Accessories. You get 2 interchangeable hands. You get a steel chair. Silver for him to do the Van Daminator, Van Terminator. And I can't tell you how long I've been waiting for them to come out with another RVD. And I feel like it's a perfect time for him to come back to this line. Doing all the interchangeable hands and the double joint elbows. We finally have an RVD with thumbs that can go. Rob Van Dam. I'm a huge RVD fan. He's probably one of my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. So innovative. Just so unique for and ahead of his time. Just a solid, absolute like wrestler. And his gear on top of it, just so toyetic. But let's look at the head scan real quick. I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. Unfortunately, we only got one Elite figure before his last deal ran up, and it was a good figure. I mean, don't get me wrong. The head scan on that one sucked. I remember swapping in and out with the basic, which probably had the better scan. But we didn't get a lot of figures. I mean, we got a few basics, which were nice. So it's nice that he came back and they gave us the Tiger Stripe. But look at the head scan. You get the 5 o'clock shadow, which looks great. This is the same head as that basic figure I was talking about. You can see the nice fade on the side, the ponytail, real good. Oh man, and look at the gear, the Tiger Stripe. I don't know if this is my most wanted gear. It definitely is up there, popularity-wise. A lot of people love this, so and you know I do too. But personally, I really cannot wait to get a One Night Stand RVD. That's probably his most iconic moment. But he's had so many nice different like gears that he wore, like even his ECW days, kind of basic. There's that one with the kind of like, I think it was like a navy blue with the I don't know if he had the yin yang on there or something, and it had the kind of like greenish design on there. I'm blanking out right now, sorry, but there's just so many like airbrushed gear that he had that I'm like just thinking in my head right now. But on the side, you got Mr. Pay-Per-View, you got the Tiger Stripe, you got the skull up here, you got the yin yang on the top of the forehead of the skull. Take a look at the sides. On the back, you got RVD. Here's my one complaint. I didn't like this with the last Elite. They came with the big knee pads. I wish they would have won the smaller one just for articulation-wise, especially a guy who has got such great offensive moves. You know, when you want to pose them, you can only get so much bend on the knee with the knee pad. So I probably will swap that to some smaller ones just to make it look a little better. On the kick pads, you got Van Dam. Same on the other side. So glad he's here. He's got the double jointed elbows as well. And he is not on the ball joints, unfortunately, just like the last Elite. Looks to be the same body mold as well. But he looks phenomenal. No complaints here. Let's come back and we'll get into some comparisons. And looking at a few comparisons with Bianca Belair. On the left, we have a basic Chelsea Green figure. We have an Elite Asuka. We have the Ultimate Edition Becky Lynch. And we have a basic Scarlet Bordeaux. You can see the different size comparisons. And obviously, you know, Becky and Bianca have been feuding lately. So it's going to be a nice comparison to have them side by side. And since there are no other Elite Austin Theory figures, and I don't have the basic, I just figured this random comparison would be kind of nice since he feuded with Jeff Hardy on Raw recently before he got released. So kind of give you an idea of how he stacks up versus some other Elite figures. And I still think that head is a little too big. Moving on to some RVD comparisons, we have the one and only Mattel Elite figure, the Elite 27 Rob Van Dam, decked out with a whole bunch of titles. One of my favorite figures in my collection. For the longest, I wanted a pair of thumbs to do the RVD pose. This was as good as it got for a while, but now we have the double thumbs and the double joint elbows as well. Definitely going to get into some more dynamic poses. Just to note, this head is swapped off from, I don't even remember what basic it was, but if you want to remove all of these titles, we can. I threw the TV title on the Elite 91. So he did wear this attire in WWE and ECW, so you can definitely go with whatever version of Rob Van Dam you like better. You know, if you liked him better when he was in WWE. Personally, I've loved him his whole career, from ECW, trying to stay up till 2 in the morning here on the East Coast to watch a little glimpse of ECW back in the day when I was so young. But look at the head scans. Honestly, this one was ahead of its time. This one is nice. But I want to say, you know what? I'll give the new one the edge. Only because I feel like the stubble looks really good. Not to say this was bad, but definitely updated. You can see the difference in the hair color. But very similar. Nicely done on both ends. Look at the gear. Look how toyetic this was. It was really nice. But more of a modern day Rob Van Dam. This was from his return, which, you know, I was happy to have, but I thought for sure they'd be pumping out a lot more. Taking a look at the back. And you can see how I swapped out the knee pads for the smaller ones. Definitely will be doing that for this RVD as well. Just look a lot better. You can see he's got RVD on these pads, Van Dam on the new Elite 91. What do you guys think? Elite 91, I'm sure is going to be the majority. You guys think that looks better than the Elite 27? And remember, the Elite 27 had that ugly head that didn't even look like Rob Van Dam. That was awful. This basic head definitely took this Elite to another level. You can see the wrist tape as well. But all in all, a solid figure. And before we wrap up here, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'll be posting a ton more reviews going forward. So if you really like the content I've been putting out, hit the subscribe button. You get all my upcoming notifications on upcoming reviews, more Mattel Elites, more Jazzwares AEW figures. But as far as these figures go themselves, Austin Theory is a pretty good figure for his first Elite. I've said it many times in this video already. The head is definitely a little too big. I went back and looked at some pictures of the basic. The head scan is definitely better, but it's just a tad too big for my liking. So it's a good standalone piece for now until they probably release maybe an updated version, or you can get the basic and swap the head. But it does look more like Austin Theory, like I said before. Bianca Belair is solid. I mean, she comes with a lot of accessories. The gear looks so nice. Really does pop. You get the championship belt. No complaints, man. I'm going to say that figure's a solid, like, 8 out of 10. It really is done very well. RVD, happy to have him back in the Mattel line. Personally, I think it's perfect. Minus one gripe, I will say, is the knee pads. That's an easy fix. There's no complaints there. If you have an extra ECW world title or television titles, definitely slap it on. Or even some of the old Intercontinental Championship belts. If you are more of a WWE fan within RVD, I definitely highly recommend Rob Van Dam. I'm sure he's going to be a hot seller. It's unfortunate that we didn't get that Chase version. You know, it is what it is. I'm not even going to get into the controversy as far as why it was canceled, but RVD is back, and I'm sure Mattel is going to pump him out, you know, just like they were doing with Jeff Hardy's. Now that Jeff Hardy's gone, we're going to get a lot of RVD, and I'm predicting here we're definitely going to get an Ultimate Edition of him with the 2 titles from One Night Stand. That is probably coming, hopefully within the next year. I mean, not that I know, it's just me speculating, but to me, it just seems like a no-brainer for the Ultimate Edition. It's perfect. It was the most iconic time in his career. And, you know, before we wrap up completely here, I do want to bring in the rest of the figures from the wave. We have KO. We got Sami Zayn. Put him back here, if we can squeeze him in real quick. And, of course, my favorite, without a doubt, the Hulkster. My custom fix-up for the Hulk Still Rules figure. You know, we're going to rank them in order. I'm going to obviously start at number 1, because to me, you know, if you guys know, I'm a big Hulkamaniac. Hulk Hogan, to me, the best figure out of the wave. That is my opinion. Number 2, I'm going to go Rob Van Dam. Highly anticipated, long return to the Mattel Elite line. Number 3, I'm actually going to go Kevin Owens. I really like this figure. The tats look great. The head scan is great. I mean, everything looks pretty awesome with it. At number 4, I'm going to go Bianca Belair. I really like the attire, like I said before. Just a great iteration of her in figure 4. And here we go, 5 and 6. I'm actually going to go number 5, Sami Zayn. I think the figure looks really good. I'm a little biased because I don't really care for him as a wrestling fan, but the figure looks great. And not to say it's a bad figure, but at number 6, I'm going to go Austin Theory. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this review. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting a ton more pictures of all these figures. You can find me at Alex West Collects. Again, these figures are now shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. Promo code 4LIFE will save you 10% off your order. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.